Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is JustJennifer Beauty, and this is our Menopause Masterclass. TEMPLESPA is a lifestyle brand, and they create exceptional products and experiences for clients wherever they find themselves in life. As an inclusive brand, TEMPLESPA appeals to men and women, young and old, and all those in the middle. It's in this in-between bit that some of us women experience various stages of the menopause. There's actually quite a large number in this demographic, and with many different symptoms that affect us during this time, we realised that we could create an informative and fun masterclass experience for you today. So just like at any other stages of life, there's nothing like joining up with like-minded people who are going through similar things or interests as you. So this workshop is for women who are either perimenopausal, during menopause, or postmenopausal timeframe, or for any of those who just want to learn about it before it happens. For me, it wasn't until I went to a TEMPLESPA leadership conference where we were taught about menopause that I actually realized that I was perimenopausal. I'm 37 years old, so it's a bit early for the average, but I was looking at all of the symptoms as we were being taught about it and ticking things off and thinking, oh my gosh, that's it, I'm perimenopausal. So we'll take you through a guided face routine using products that will balance and complement your skin's changes, give you insights and facts about the menopause, and give you nutritional, exercise, and lifestyle tips to help you combat any symptoms that you may be experiencing. Menopause can cause brain fog, a common symptom characterized by memory lapses, difficulty concentrating, and a general sense of mental cloudiness. This is primarily linked to hormonal changes that occur during the menopause, particularly the decline in estrogen and testosterone levels. So to kick off today, we are going to get our minds in order to take in all the information by using the Breath of Life aromatherapy inhalation essence. It's a heady blend of eucalyptus, tea tree, menthol, and lavender essential oils to clear the nasal passages. So you can use this with a steam inhalation, you can pop it on a tissue, or you can sniff it straight from the bottle. It will clear the mind and improve concentration, but it also helps to relieve tension and ward off colds. So, what is menopause? Menopause is the end of a woman's menstrual cycle and fertility. It happens when your ovaries no longer make estrogen and progesterone, which are two hormones needed for fertility. Menopause is diagnosed by a medical doctor when your periods have stopped for a whole year. But let's wind back a little and look at the journey we take to get there. So there are 3 stages of menopause, and this journey happens slowly over time. So stage 1 is perimenopause. This stage can take longer than 6 months, and it may even last between 2 and 6 years, but everyone is different. This is the start of change. The body is preparing itself for menopause. So a woman may have a shorter or longer cycle, or a lighter or a heavier period. Your period will become irregular, but it won't stop. Most women hit this stage at the age of around 47. So the next stage is menopause, and this is when you will have your final menstrual period. So a medical doctor will determine if you have reached the menopause when you haven't had a period for 12 consecutive months. So if you go for 10 months and then you have a period, you start all the way back at the beginning again to wait for a 12-month period without having that menstrual cycle. Postmenopause, so this begins when you hit that year mark from your final period. So every woman, as I say, is different, and this stage may continue for about 4 to 5 years. So the body will then begin to settle down. Although the symptoms of menopause lessen, it is imperative to keep up with a good skincare routine, relaxation techniques, and healthy lifestyle choices. So we'll go into the symptoms in much more detail later, but one really common symptom of the menopause is the effect it has on the skin. Estrogen is a key hormone that helps produce hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and sebum, which is the oil that your skin produces. They all aid in the hydration of the skin. And so it's really common that when you have a reduction of estrogen, you'll also find that your skin is drier and itchy, thinning or more fragile, could be a rougher texture, less radiance. You could have more blemishes and more fine lines and wrinkles appear. Your collagen production reduces even further, resulting in less firm skin and more deep set wrinkles. Quite often you find that the products you used to use that used to be fine for your skin no longer work their magic, which can be really confusing and disheartening. Our products today have been specially chosen to help tackle these symptoms. So let's start by cleansing our skin. So from the Hydrate and Soothe range, we have Be Gone. This beautiful cleansing cream has a really clever elastic texture. So it's designed to work deep into the pores. So it will help spring back and flush out any debris and makeup, even mascara, and it contains calming ingredients such as licorice, aubergine, and biolin. You can remove this cleanser either with a dampened face cloth or wash it off with warm water to leave your complexion healthy, settled, and comforted. So just work the product in and massage in circular upward motions, and then cover your eyes to give yourself a good cleanse. Now we are going to remove that. So you can remove it with either a hot cloth, or if it's a hot day, you can use a cold cloth and just wipe from forehead to chin. And when it comes to the eye area, you never want to drag under the eye. So you want to go from outside in, taking off that product without causing any further stress on the eyes and causing premature wrinkles. Okay, so let's talk about ages of menopause. So the average age of natural menopause is age 51. However, symptoms can start in the 40s. 1 in 100 people experience menopause before 40, and 1 in 10,000 people under the age of 20 experience early menopause. Medically induced menopause can occur at any age following medical interventions such as chemotherapy, radiotherapy, or a hysterectomy. No matter what the reason for your menopause journey, the symptoms can range from mild to debilitating. So 13 million women have reported to be affected by symptoms in the UK. 60% said psychological symptoms impacted their work, with nearly 1 million who left their job as a result. 75% say that menopause has negatively impacted their life, and women aged 50 to 54 have the highest suicide risk in the UK. So it's clear that menopause isn't talked about enough, which is why we want to raise awareness and help you cope with some of the symptoms. We'll go into the 36 recognised symptoms in a minute, but first, let's get a face mask on that will help you cope with the lack of estrogen, which dries out the skin. So I'm introducing Quench. So as the name suggests, this luxurious mask is designed to literally drench and quench the skin in hydration. It's deliciously cool and creamy, and it really plumps and softens, leaving the skin radiant and hydrated, just like a nutritious drink for the skin. If you feel your complexion is dull, dry, or perhaps a little irritated, maybe overexposed to the elements, this one is for you. Quench is a non-setting mask, and you'll probably find that your skin will absorb most of it. You can either pop it on your skin for 20 minutes when you're having maybe a relaxing bath, or if you really want to treat the skin, leave it on for a couple of hours or overnight as a sleeping mask. It's also great on rough elbows and knees. So now, whilst we're waiting for Quench to do its magic, I am going to play you a 6-minute video.
It's just, something I've got used to.
I actually plan my life around when I think I'm going to have my period and not do things.
We live through these cycles again and again and again.
I'd never heard the term perimenopause before.
It's quite difficult to differentiate what's hormonal.
What is an actual illness?
Oh, I'm just stressed. Oh, I'm just tired. Oh, I'm just burnt out. Oh, I'm just...
It was kind of achy bones and exhaustedness.
That lack of sex drive.
I'd wake up about 4 or 5 times during the night.
It's so embarrassing. You get halfway through a sentence and like,
What's the word I'm looking for?
They get really bad headaches, like kind of migraine types.
so I went to the doctors and they gave me some pills for that.
I started to have quite a lot of anxiety lately.
I thought that I was just become a very angry, crazy person.
I was just crying all the time and I really couldn't cope.
That's when I agreed with my GP to start the antidepressants again.
And I was getting like night sweats, hot flashes. And I kind of thought menopause. I thought, oh no, I'm too young for that.
And then I started tracking all the symptoms.
From 28 days, bang on, for the last however many years.
The actual period is maybe getting lighter, but more of them.
And now it's a little bit more erratic, but it's very heavy.
I ended up coming into perimenopause.
Mid to late 30s.
Early 40s.
45?
48.
51.
Yeah. But I'm really not ready. I just want to run backwards.
It's still kind of a grief that this is the end of your reproductive life.
We've just got to kind of make peace with that.
One of the most helpful things for me is just actually spending time with female friends.
My partner's been really great. Now he knows what it is.
I went to the library and ordered every book that was out there.
Then I started saying to the doctor, actually, can I just have some HRT, please?
It made a hell of a difference.
It doesn't mean all the symptoms have gone, but it just gives me that levelness.
I don't think HRT is the solution for everybody.
I'm very much into holistic medicine.
Spirulina, ashwagandha, maca, and yeah, cold water swimming.
I walk loads, I eat healthily. And I do take time out to just do nothing.
It's quite nice to feel like I'm looking after my body more.
My periods were dropping off, then totally stopped. I was there like, yes, whee!
I'm post-menopause, but still throwing things off, putting them back on, throwing them off, putting them back on.
I'm a grown-up woman, showing the shapes of a grown-up woman. There is nothing wrong with growing up. I don't feel governed by my hormones in the way that I felt governed by them previously.
It has been hard, but at the same time, it's been manageable.
I think in a lot of ways I kind of got off lightly.
Every year, I feel a little bit more accomplished and more knowledgeable and more in control.
There's such a wide variety of ways that people experience menopause.
It's having that openness that we can talk about things and learn from each other and prepare.
Acknowledging that it's happening, like this is a natural part of being a woman.
Be kind to yourself, because it is a real time of change.
It's really vital that we talk about it, whether that's within our family or within the workplace or socially. We just need to talk.
Okay, so now let's look into the symptoms that you might recognize if you are on a menopausal journey. So the recognized symptoms are heart palpitations, difficulty sleeping, feeling tired or lack of energy, feeling dizzy or faint, headaches, tinnitus, dry mouth or eyes, sore gums, muscle and joint pains, breathing difficulties, needing to urinate more often or having leaks, vaginal dryness and soreness, more thrush, cystitis episodes, dry or itchy skin, thinning hair, and poor sleep. And then thinking about the psychological, you've got low moods, anxiety, feeling of tense or nervousness, memory problems, attacks of anxiety or panic, difficulty concentrating, loss of interest in most things, feeling unhappy or depressed, crying spells, irritability, mood swings, loss of confidence, reduced self-esteem, brain fog, loss of interest in sex, hot flashes, and sweating at night. So as you can see, there are quite a lot of symptoms that you could experience. Okay, so let's look at the stats from menopausesupport.co.uk. So 1 in 5 will have very few or no symptoms. 3 in 5 will experience some symptoms, and 1 in 5 will experience debilitating symptoms. 77% find one symptom difficult to deal with. 84% have difficulty sleeping. 69% will have anxiety or depression. 45% of people have not spoken to the GP about their symptoms, and 31% of those who did needed lots of appointments before their GP took their symptoms seriously. And only 14% of those are on HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. So as well as all of these symptoms, you'll also find that your skin's pH balance is disrupted. So your skin likes to be slightly acidic. And when this balance is disrupted, it can lead to increased sensitivity and dryness. So using a toner has never been more important. But first of all, let's take off our Quench mask, and then we'll move on to our toner and our eye cream. So taking your cloth, just do as you did with your cleanser and just gently remove from forehead to chin. Okay, so you will have one of 2 toners to use today. So Be Quiet is your milky toner, which you can massage into the skin and then wipe off with a cotton pad. So it's soothing and weightless and gorgeously velvety, and it's designed and clinically tested and approved to soothe and settle the skin. Or you may have toning essence, which you would spritz onto the skin before wiping off with a cotton pad. So this toner is packed with botanical extracts from tomatoes, basil, melon, and ginger, and it's cooling and balancing and refines the pores, leaving the skin feeling hydrated. You can always pop toning essence in the fridge for an extra cooling and refreshing spritz. It can go over makeup as well. And then we're going to move on to your eye cream. So if you ever look into the mirror and think, I'd just like to look less tired, especially if you're not getting good sleep with the menopause, then this is quite possibly the best eye treatment you'll ever use. It's our most ordered and reordered product, and you'll soon see why. So the skin is up to 20 times thinner around the eye area than the rest of the face, and so it needs products that are formulated especially for the delicate area. So what you're going to do is tap using your ring finger, because they are the weakest fingers in your hand. You're going to tap the product in, you're not going to swipe. It has a velvety balm texture, which means it's light enough to alleviate puffiness, dark circles, and fatigue. But it's rich in hydrating ingredients to target fine lines for any deeper laughter lines forming. So this gentle formula is tested for sensitive eyes too, so you can use it with confidence. Okay, so menopause leads to muscle loss and a decline in bone density. Challenging muscles with either body weight exercises or using weights can help to rebuild or decrease any muscle rate loss. So as your estrogen levels fall, you'll notice hot flushes. This sudden feeling of warmth spreads over your upper body, and often with blushing and sweating. And these flushes can range from mild in some women to severe in others. For me personally, a week before my period, I will have night sweats, and these are really debilitating. I wake up at about 3 o'clock in the morning and the bed is drenched. It's like I've just got out of a swimming pool and jumped straight into bed. The duvet, the pillow, the mattress, everything is soaked, and I have to get up and change the bed and sleep on a towel after having a shower. So this leaves me really tired the next morning. So these symptoms can keep you up at night, but it can have an impact on the rest of your day. And if this is affecting you, then drink cold water, dress lightly, but also in layers so that you can strip off those layers as you're having the hot flushes. So prioritize restorative activities like sleep, yoga, meditation, walking, treat yourself to a massage or have a relaxing warm bath. And looking after your mind is key. So breathing techniques and mindful exercises help to keep stress and anxiety low. So these are just a few habits that you can practice and master during these stages. And it's not only about keeping the body strong, but also the skin. So Be Strong is a powerful concentration of multivitamins and soothing, desensitizing ingredients that tell the skin to be strong and feel calm and comfortable. It's like a hug for the skin, and the skin can become stronger, more resilient and healthy. We call this a lullaby for the skin. So just apply one pump into the palm of your hand and then pat and massage into the skin. And a serum is a concentrated liquid that will go deep into the layers of the skin to treat the baby skin cells and keep your skin healthy. So it will feel like all of the product has evaporated into the skin. That's how it should feel. You should feel like you don't have any product left on the skin. So that leads us on nicely to our moisturizer. So we call this moisturizer Be Still Liquid Silk. It's without fragrance or color, so it's extremely gentle, soothing and comforting, especially to skin that is unhappy and stressed. It has a lightweight texture and leaves the skin looking and feeling dewy, soothed, hydrated, and like a comfort blanket for your skin. But if you've got oily skin, you may want to opt for our Life Defense Hydrating SPF, which comes in factor 30 and factor 50. It's non-greasy and is a great base for makeup. If you don't have oily skin, you can pair these two moisturizers. So you would put this moisturizer on first and then apply your SPF for your protection. A healthy diet in our lifestyle and our mental health is important our whole life, but never more so during the menopause, when our lives can be somewhat turned upside down. So keeping a check on our health and well-being is paramount. And there is some good news that there are many foods that help with these symptoms. So I'm going to talk through a few. However, if you'd like to read more about nutrition during the menopause, then there's a whole wealth of information from one of our experts on our website. So speak to the person who invited you to watch this video today, and they'll be happy to share the link with you later. So some simple foods to embrace. Dairy is great for loss of collagen, elastin, and moisture loss. Fruit and veg is great for hot flashes and weight control. And then plant-based foods are really good for better sleep, energy levels, and positive moods. And then things to avoid. So fluctuations in blood sugar contribute to symptoms such as anxiety, irritability, poor memory, brain fog, and headaches, which are really common symptoms with the menopause. Therefore, eating in a way that helps balance your blood sugar is the first thing to consider. So things like complex carbohydrates, which are whole grains, beans, lentils, and chickpeas, and proteins at every meal, like fish, poultry, eggs, and natural Greek yogurt are all good. Okay, so looking at the foods to avoid. Fatty meats and processed foods negatively impact our mood, body weight, and energy levels. Caffeine alcohol, and spicy foods make us more susceptible to hot flushes. Caffeine is also a good one to cut out if you're experiencing brain fog and insomnia, which can be extremely debilitating, not only on the mind, but has a huge impact on the skin. A good sleep routine could be keeping the room temperature no more than 19 degrees. Black out any light, turn off any blue light, so take phones, laptops, and TV out of the bedroom. An aromatic bath before bed, as long as it's not too hot. Sip a relaxing herbal tea. And if you wear bedclothes, ensure they're cotton and keep ice water beside the bed. This will all help to promote a good night's sleep, which leads us on really nicely to our wonderful Repose aromatherapy night cream. This is our #1 best-selling product, Repose. It's another word for rest and recline, and this relaxing night cream is designed to be used whenever you or your skin want to take a rest. Typically, this would be overnight. It's got a stunning fusion of comforting essential oils, and it's affectionately called a good night's sleep in a jar. Repose has the most luscious cashmere texture. It's light yet rich and sinks immediately into the skin. With a blend of sodium hyaluronate and vitamins B, C, and E, it's a vitamin and hydration booster for the skin. So now that you have activated the essential oils by rubbing your hands together, let's just take some 3 deep breaths in. Before applying to the face, if you haven't yet applied a moisturizer, or you can save this for your nighttime routine. Now, if you have already applied a moisturizer, just rub this onto your pulse points to help relax you. You can apply it to your temples and also to the neck. And this will just really help you de-stress frazzled nerves and help get you ready for sleep. Restless leg syndrome affects some women undergoing menopause. It's due to low estrogen, which can affect your circulation, or you can develop swollen ankles or swollen feet. So we have our instant cooling balm that can help soothe your tired legs while making you feel invigorated before a night's sleep. The formula contains fermented magnesium, iron, zinc, and copper, as well as dandelion extract. It helps with fluid retention, and of course, it's got that menthol, which cools. So to help calm a raging hot flush, pop a little bit of R onto the chest and the back of the neck and your pulse points, or apply it to the legs when they feel heavy and restless. Because it's got the menthol, make sure it's not put on the face or anywhere near the eyes, and wash your hands after use. I'd now like to introduce you to a go-to product for when you are feeling a little frazzled. So estrogen is our juicy hormone that in effect oils all of our wheels. When it declines, our joints get stiffer and achier, and we can suffer from arthritis as well. So Stress Not is our all-over CBD balm that brings comfort to stressed out skin, body, and mind. It's an anti-inflammatory, and it gives relief for aches and pains, and is great for arthritis. Plus, it soothes dry, dehydrated patches. It's a kind of skin whisperer and one to keep in your bag or your bedside table. Now we have gone through all of the products to use to help with the symptoms of menopause. If you'd like to know more about how you can get your hands on these products at the best price, just drop a message to the person who invited you to watch this video and they will be able to guide you. And finally, if you're the kind of person who can't wait to tell a friend about a fabulous find, whether it's a hidden gem of a restaurant or sharing a discount code for their first HelloFresh box, then you're going to want to lean in for what I'm about to share next. So with our ambassador program, it's not just about getting a token discount with your next purchase when recommending a friend. It's about truly rewarding your enthusiasm for our products and brand. So when you introduce friends to Temple Spa, it's not a mere 5% off your next order we're talking about. We are offering you a generous up to 32.5% in cash directly into your bank account for every order placed through your recommendation. And yes, this includes your own orders. But wait, there's more. You'll have a choice between 2 exquisite facial kits at an unbeatable price, specially curated for our new ambassadors. And we'll equip you with your own affiliate link, making sharing as easy as pie. And we'll be right there with you, offering you our support and guidance and expertise every step of the way. So if this has piqued your interest, please go back to the person who's invited you to watch this video and they can give you more information. Thank you for joining the Menopause Masterclass today. I hope you loved all of the products you used and learned a little bit along the way. I am JustJennifer Beauty.